Well, good morning and welcome everyone to session number 1 of our inaugural Texas QMC Connections Conference. My name is Heather Walker and I am the program coordinator for the Digital Higher Education Consortium of Texas. Today we welcome Beatriz Flores Martinez, Guadalupe Castillo, and Veronica Juarez from Laredo College, who will be leading their presentation, Aim for the Silver and Gold, Championing Accessibility. Beatriz Flores Martinez is an e-learning and instructional design specialist at Laredo College with 4 years of experience in e-learning and 13 years of service in higher education. She earned her Master's of Science in Global E-Learning from Texas A&M University Commerce, where she completed her coursework 100% online. Beatriz also holds several QM roles, including Quality Matters Coordinator, Course Review Manager, Peer Reviewer, and APP QMR Online Facilitator. Guadalupe Castillo is an e-learning and instructional design specialist at Laredo College with 2 years of experience in e-learning and 17 years of service in higher education. She earned her Master of Arts in Education from Ashford University, where she completed her coursework 100% online. Guadalupe also holds several QM roles, including Quality Matters Coordinator and QM Certified Course Review Manager. And Veronica Juarez is an e-learning and instructional design specialist at Laredo College with 2 years of experience in e-learning and 14 years of experience in higher education. She earned her Master of Arts in Education from Ashford University, where she completed her coursework 100% online as well. Veronica also holds several QM roles, including Quality Matters Coordinator and QM Certified Course Review Manager. Now, just a couple housekeeping items before we begin. For this session, we do have closed captioning enabled. If you would like to access the captioning, please click on the CC button at the bottom right of your screen. And also, if you have any questions during the presentation, please drop them in the chat, and we'll try to take as many questions as possible toward the end of the presentation. And take it away, ladies.
Good morning, Texas QMC members, and on behalf of our e-learning team at Laredo College, thank you for the privilege to present at the first Texas QMC conference. Today, we will be presenting Aim for the Silver and Gold, Championing Accessibility. At Laredo College, the College of Champions, our course representatives who teach online don't have to train and wait 4 years to earn silver and gold. During our e-learning team presentation, we will share with you tips, tricks, training, and lessons we have learned to champion Essential Specific Review Standard 8.3, also known as accessibility, or in other words, accessibility. Why champion accessibility? Accessibility beholds the key for all learners to succeed beyond locked windows, doors, and boundaries, and no learner should be limited. As the key holders of learning platforms, it is essential for higher education institutions to equip instructional designers to provide course representatives with the means for all learners to obtain academic success in the designated course platforms. This is why it is very important for instructional designers to evaluate and develop professional development training prior to implementing innovative applications and tools into course design. Why does it matter? Because one can behold the best well-designed course globally, but if it is not accessible to all learners, the course holds no actual value. How can a learner access a system that is not deliverable? It is like inventing a product that requires batteries, but where the batteries are designed to be placed, it turns out to be just a plain box with no wires, no metals, no metal plates, no wire springs to conduct electricity, and therefore this makes this product dysfunctional. You may have the correct battery sizes and the number of batteries to insert into the designated placeholder, but that state of the art, the latest, most innovative product in the market is simply not conducive. It is inadequate and therefore it holds no true value. The need for a course to be accessible brings us to reason that accessibility in course design is essential and crucial everywhere and anywhere content must be conveyed. Specifically, where necessary information is designed to present QM Met's specific review standards as it applies to the QM rubric in a course in all, everywhere and anywhere in the course, specifically where files, links, tables, and images exist. In this presentation, our team will share our institutional QM initiatives, successes, and lessons learned as we interpret the results from our courses that aimed for silver and gold, championed SRS 8.3 in an official QM reviews, and what we've learned from designing a badge-earned accessibility course. During the presentation, please feel free to ask any questions in the Q&A as our e-learning and instructional innovation center director, Ms. Alicia Reed, and our lead e-learning and instructional design specialist, Ms. Ana Gonzalez, will be responding to those questions during the presentation. And so next, my colleague, Ms. Veronica Juarez, who is an e-learning and instructional design specialist at Laredo College, will introduce how our team developed an internal professional development workshop that is continually training our course representatives at Laredo College to aim for silver and gold and champion accessibility. Veronica?
Thank you, Beatriz. Okay, so now I am going to share my screen. And this is the guide where we had our, this is a platform that we use for our faculty, for them to be familiar with the Blackboard Ally. So this is a training that we provide to them on our Talent LMS platform. So here's our guide, the Blackboard Ally. And it's a 15-minute training. So it's a Blackboard Ally accessibility. It helps them make their course content more accessible with Blackboard Ally, integrates seamlessly with Canvas, automatically checks course materials against WCAG 2.1 accessibility standards. It provides students with accessible alternative formats such as audio and electric braille. It delivers guidance to instructors to improve the accessibility on their course content. The develop an accessible course. If they improve the accessibility and the usability of your content. Your course is full with diverse students with unique learning abilities. Provide them with more accessible original content means that they can choose formats that works best for them. So we do have different diversity students. So we don't want them, as they stress on taking a test, we don't want them to be stressed in the course where they don't find a linkable item. They don't find an image that is viewable. They're having trouble. So we don't want them to stress with that. So we want to make sure the course runs smooth. They're online courses, and we don't want them to eliminate their stress on other items that we can provide them a great, smooth online learning experience. The HTML for improving reading in mobile phones, electrical braille for visual impaired, and audio learning for on the go. Ally automatically scans the original content and performs a series of steps to make it more accessible. It generates alternative formats for students to download. It provides accessible scores, and it gives instructors feedback on how to improve their accessibility score. It typically, to generate the score, it takes 15 to 90 seconds, but if there's a lot of forms and downloads and handouts and PowerPoints, it might take a little bit longer. The score indicator explains. So the score ranges from low to perfect. The higher the score, the fewer the issues. So red, we don't want to see the red gauge. So the red is low, 0 to 33%. It needs help. So the orange gauge, it's medium, 34 to 66%. It's a little bit better, but we want to increase a little bit higher. So light green means 67 to 99%. You're almost there. And green, it's perfect. It's 100% accessible. So here you see the image of the badges. So our team was trying to brainstorm, how can we encourage our faculty to motivate them to work on their accessibilities on their course? So we came up with the theme of the Olympics. So they get the Olympic colors. So for the bronze, they have to reach 50% accessibility. To receive a silver badge, they have to receive a master 85% accessibility. And to receive a gold, they have to aim for 100% accessibility. So that's what we wanted to do. So and here our faculty don't have to wait 4 years to receive a gold. So now once they receive their badge, we would display it on their courses. So right here, you see the courses that we add them their badges. So they have the bronze badge, they have the silver badge, or their gold badge. So this was a little bit friendly competition between the instructors. So this, as the students were logging into each course with different disciplines, so they would come to the instructor and say, okay, sir, why does yours have a bronze when my other class had a gold? So there becomes a little friendly competition on motivating them. So I have to go for the silver. I have to go for the gold. So they could motivate themselves and make their courses accessible. And seeing their badge on their courses made them real proud too. Okay, so after, let me see. Okay. Oops. Did it stop sharing? Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on. Can you share the modules, Lupita, please? I think I lost the link. I closed it. Let me see. Oops. I have it. No, can't see it. Do you see it there? Okay, thank you, thank you. So now after they receive their modules, their badge, we would email the instructor and we copy the chair saying congratulations email. So the email would say, good afternoon, Dr. Patricio, great work. You have earned your following badges. So here's your silver badge for QM course, and then the badge will be there displayed. And we encourage you to continue working on improving your accessibility on your content. So we would also tell them, go for the gold. Next. Thank you. So once they reached the 100% accessibility, they were also able to join our, congratulating them to join a Blackboard Ally group. So this is only for the ones that reach 100% accessibility. So that was really good for them. Okay, and also just to let you know, over 150 courses representative have completed the Blackboard Ally workshop, and out of those, 1/3 have earned a silver and gold in their QM course design SRS 8.3. And now we're going to transition with my colleague Lupita Castillo, where she's going to show us some tricks and tips and tricks on how our course representative have earned a gold and a silver badge.
Thank you. So at our institution, we use Canvas as our LMS, and our LMS has some tools that help the instructors improve the accessibility of their courses. I'm going to go ahead and share one of our courses. See, hopefully you're able to see it. So here, what the instructors are able to do, we can go with the accessibility checker, so they can go to edit in this specific page. And this would be the little icon here, the little circle with a person, accessibility checker. You click on it and it tells you what is wrong in this, what is wrong with the accessibility of this specific page. So there is 1 out of 1 issues. And the problem here is the contrast ratio. Here I'm using red font. So it's telling me that I need to change the text color. So you notice here, this button is not available. So I'm using the red, so I can need to choose a darker color. I'm gonna go with black, click apply. So now that solves that 1 out of 1 issues. I can click X and I save. So that helps the instructors change, make the edit there. So it has corrected it. Another tool that they have available is the link validator in their LMS course. Validate links in course content. So what this does is it searches for course content for invalid or unreachable links and images. So in this case, it's pointing out that we have 3 broken links. So where are those 3 broken links? There is 1 in the home page, and there are 2 broken links in the email page. So we can go ahead and click on that one to see what the problem it could be. So here it looks okay to us, but I am the instructor in this course, so it's best to use the student view. So scroll down. So in this case, the students are not able to see this image. It is an unreachable image. The reason being is that this image was copied from another course and pasted into this specific course. So it's best to, if you want an image from another course, it's best to save it and then add it to your files of the files and the course that you want the image to appear. So I did not do that in this specific case. So that's where the students are not able to see it. So let's take a look at the other one. Here, the issue is in this page. Again, we'll do the student view. It looks normal to us as the instructor, but let's open these links. And the students would not be able to see it. They would get an access denied. And the reason being is that the students are registered in this specific course. They are not registered in the location of this links. This link takes me to another course. So since the student is not registered there, they are not able to see it. So again, it's best to, if this were information, you would want to maybe create a page in this course with that specific information rather than taking the students into another course. Another tool, let's see, would be the files. We can go to the files. And here we're able to see all the images, the files or documents that you have in your course. So like Veronica was saying, we want to see green. Here we are seeing red. So we don't want to see any red. If you hover over it, it says the accessibility score is low. Select to improve. So it'll guide you on what to do. So you can click on it. And in this case, it's telling me the image is missing a description. So you want to be as detailed as possible. Maybe student writing on a paper. And you can go into more detail there. And you can add, and you see it's already giving you 100% accessibility. Also, if you're not really using it, here we see that it's not published if you hover over it. So really, you're not using this specific image in your course. So we recommend that you simply delete it. If you're not using it, get rid of it, because if it has a red gauge here, then it's going to bring your accessibility score down. Also, it's best to avoid uploading files of the same thing. So here I see a book 1, book 2, and it's the same image, and they are 3 of them in red. So it's going to bring your accessibility score lower. Again, it's best to simply either add a description to it or get rid of it. In this case, we should get rid of those 2 and correct this one. Let's see, information and the author, and as much detail as you can. So we can add the description, close it. That was just an example. That's not what you would include in your description. So we have one with 100%, and we get rid of those because you're not using it, or you already have one that is already accessible to the students. Another recommendation also, if you're planning to import, let's say I'm going to import this course content into another, it's best if I fix these issues beforehand. If not, I will be bringing the low accessibility files into the other courses that I import the information to. And lastly, we're going to go to this tool, the Ally Accessibility Report, which Veronica was talking about. So this one is more detailed. It's telling us we have 90% accessibility in this specific course. And here's an overview. I have 6 items that are easy to fix, and I've got 3 items that have a low score, which would be a red gauge. You scroll down a little bit and it'll tell you we have images that do not have a description. How many? We have 3. Images with contrast issues. How many? 3, and so forth. So we're going to choose with this one. And we have the 3 items that I mentioned, so you can click on it. And again, it'll tell you what to do. This image is missing a description. Add an image description. Okay, so we're going to put book info. And again, be as detailed as possible. This is to help the students know what the image is. And you add, and it removes it from this specific location, and it will increase your accessibility, which in this case, we're seeing here 96. It went up just by fixing that issue that we had there. So these were some of the tips and tricks that we use here at Laredo College. So now we're going to transition to my colleague Beatriz Flores Martinez, who will interpret results for course representatives that aims for silver and gold and championed SRS 8.3 in official QM reviews.
Thank you, Lupita, and thank you for briefly sharing with us these tips and tricks. Honestly, this is just the scrape of the surface. These are tips and tricks that we encourage our course representatives to implement in their course design so that they can too earn silver and gold, and more importantly, champion specific review standard 8.3. So when we think about the boundaries of courses without accessibility and course design, it is as if our learners are seeing a silent film, a foreign film without closed captioning. That would be interesting. They have no idea what the film is about, right? So these tools are necessary to give a heartbeat to the course as a source for survival. When we design courses at our institution, we always consider all of our learners' learning needs as a priority. As a team, we are constantly researching, developing, evaluating, innovative capabilities to incorporate into the design of our institution's courses and the conducive environment where it will be delivered to all learners to unlock any windows, doors, and boundaries without limits. To conclude, we would like to share with you a short video of our results from the last 32 courses since December of 2020, which is when our professional development Blackboard Ally workshop was launched. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you all can view the video. So Blackboard Ally was developed in November 2020 as a training. It was launched on 2020, and today we'll see some results as of May 2022. So these are some achievements of how we were able to champion specific review standard 8.3. So of the 32 courses, 27 met first in a QM review, and 31 of the 32 courses, which is the 97%, championed accessibility specific review standard in 8.3. And of course, we want to congratulate all course representatives who aim for the silver and gold and champion specific review standard 8.3 in a QM review. On behalf of our e-learning team at Laredo College, we hope you've enjoyed the presentation and encourage all to advocate to all course representatives to continue to aim for the silver and gold and champion accessibility. Thank you.
Thank you so much to all 3 of you for joining us here today, and thank you for your wonderful presentation. I found quite a bit of it interesting since I'm a former teacher myself, so I wish we had had some of those tools when I was teaching. We are at the end of our session, but real quickly, if anybody has a real fast question, we may be able to drop that in the box, or if you just want to unmute yourself and ask before we move on to the next session, please feel free. All right, well, it sounds like we are concluded, and we hope to see a lot of you at the next session. Thank you.